Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. So guys, I've got some big news for you. But before I get into it, I'm probably gonna have people come into the comment section and say, "Oh, you're chatting shit, this, that, the other." And oh, I remember last time when I mentioned some news about Canelo Alvarez, and all of you, well, one of you, Sleeper, came to my comment section and started saying, "Oh, Imran, you make things up and this, that, the other." You're probably gonna say I'm making this things up, and I told you at that time that there's a great chance that Canelo Alvarez and Benavidez could happen. Now we hear that Benavidez's representatives are preparing to offer Canelo Alvarez 50 million guaranteed. So I was talking shit, wasn't I? At that time, I was talking shit, wasn't I? When I said that, you know. So when I make an opinion, when I give you some information, that doesn't mean it's right. That's just from what I've read. I don't just make things up. People were saying this. I saw that in a behind the gloves interview with Michelle Joyce Phelps. Ask Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn's response was, "Yeah, there's a possibility that Canelo could fight Benavidez." So I added two and two together that there's a possibility that that fight might happen. Now there's a lot more movement, and we're hearing that Benavidez's promoter manager, what's his name? Forgot Sam. I forgot how to pronounce his name. I don't know how to say his name, but he's basically saying that their representatives are looking to offer Canelo Alvarez a 50 million guarantee. Benavidez is obviously with PBC, so that that's going to obviously be Al Heyman and them guys that are going to be offering Canelo, and they've done it before in the Plant fight, so it's not like they're doing anything. It's this. I mean, they've done it before, so there's a great possibility Canelo's worked with them before, and Canelo's a free agent. If Canelo can't get that Bivol fight over the line, there's a great chance that the Benavidez fight is going to happen. I don't know why the people you know, were attacking me in the comment section when I made this a couple of weeks ago. And I did say that there's a very strong possibility that the Benavidez fight could happen. I'm still not sure if it's going to happen. But I mean, I remember getting attacked at that point, and I was like, are you guys for real? Like, why are you attacking me for making a legit video than a fight that could happen? And you're saying that I'm talking nonsense. I mean, yeah, I just thought it was kind of strange at that time. And now, I don't want to hear anyone come in and I'm talking nonsense now, because now this official, Michael Benson and everyone have reported it. Yeah, before that, the reason why I made that video is because that was what I heard in the Michelle Joy Phelps interview. Now it's actually been reported by Michael Benson and credible boxing sources. It's all over IFL TV. It's all over boxing sources. Boxing Scene have reported it that David Benavidez representatives are looking to offer Canelo Alvarez 50 million for a fight. So obviously, in what I was saying a couple of weeks ago held credibility when I said that. I wasn't just talking at my behind. I was talking sense at that time, and I thought that Canelo Alvarez is going to need a big fight. If it's not going to be Bivol, he's going to need someone big, and Benavidez is not the only viable option. There isn't really anybody else out there for Canelo to fight. Belanga and these type. No, that doesn't make any sense. The only fight for Canelo that's big enough financially for Canelo, and that's a credible fight at this point, is Benavidez. If it's not going to be Bivol. That's the only fight really. I don't think there's any fight commercially. I don't think there's any fight out there that really matches the Benavidez fight. I think Benavidez is the fight that people probably want from a boxing standpoint, in terms of wanting to see a great fight. Because Benavidez is a good fighter. I've not been that high on him as like some people have, but I think Benavidez is a very good fighter. Benavidez is a very good fighter, and it's a fight that I think a lot of people would like to see. But yeah, I think I got a lot of abuse by some people in the comments section, a lot of criticism, just by giving an opinion. And now it looks like that opinion, there's a more likely 70% chance that there's more likely that this fight is probably going to be next. Yeah. So, yeah. And I'm not late, because this news was only reported 6-7 hours ago. So yeah. Yeah. So I thought I'd report this to you guys. I am hoping that this fight does get made, because I think it's a great fight, and I think it's a good fight, and I think there's a lot of fights now being made. We got Spence and Crawford. I think the camel's back, as you would say, has been broken. And what I mean by that is, I think now that the big fights have been made. Once Spence Crawford, Gervonta Davis, Garcia. Imagine that. Imagine we've got Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia has happened. We've got that fight that's happened. Spence Crawford's happening July 29th. Imagine if we get this for September. Imagine if we get this for September. Wow. Can you imagine in the space of like 5, 6 months, we would have had Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, we would have had Spence Crawford, and we would have had David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez. Wow. Wow. In the space of a month, we could have had Canelo Alvarez and Benavidez and Spence Crawford. Wow. Boxing. And imagine if Fury Usyk is made. Wow, boxing's had it off. 2023 would be the best year in boxing for a long time. Because what you got to realize is these are fights of like decades. Like Canelo Benavidez is a potential fight of a decade kind of fight. A fight that's going to be a legacy fight. Spencer Crawford is like a potential a decade level fight where it's like one of the best fights of the decade. You know, Garcia, Gervonta Davis, although the fight was terrible and it didn't really live up to expectations. Very one-sided, I didn't think it was a high quality fight. I didn't think there was two high quality fighters in there. There was only one high quality fighter in there. Unfortunately, Ryan Garcia wasn't really as great as what we expected him to be. His performance wasn't great. And, you know, Tank really exposed him in that fight. So I like Ryan Garcia, but I just don't think he was at that level of Tank, and Tank made that look pretty easy, pretty comfortable, to be honest. So yeah, I wasn't that impressed by that fight, although in terms of commercially, it was a big fight. And I think commercially it might be, I don't know if it'll be bigger than Canelo Benavidez, but I think commercially it's probably going to be bigger than Spence Crawford. I'm not sure Spence Crawford are going to do million pay-per-view buys. I don't think either of them are that big commercially, but again, time will tell. Time will tell. But Spence and Crawford is a better fight. It's a fight at a much higher level. I think they're two guys that's operating at a very high skill level. That's why I think we're going to get a really, really good fight, because I think it's two guys right at the top of the tree. Whereas I think with Gervonta and Ryan, I don't think it was two guys at the top of the tree. I think it was one guy that was really good and one guy that was good, but, you know, not at that level really. But yeah, leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think about Canelo Benavidez. Do you think this fight's going to happen? Leave your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.